Jesus' birth begins and ends with angels. Months before Jesus is born, the Archangel Gabriel announces to his mother Mary that she will give birth to Jesus. Then another angel appears to Joseph and tells him, "Don't be afraid, but take Mary as your wife, and that she will give birth to Jesus, who will save people from their sins." And now we come to the birth of Jesus. In this beautiful icon, we see several angels doing exactly what God created them to do: to announce important messages from God, as the angel in the top right-hand corner is doing, as he announces to the shepherd, who is representing more than one shepherd, that the Savior is born, where he can find him, and that he will be wrapped in swaddling clothes. And then in the top left of the icon, we see several angels pointing to Christ, praising and glorifying God as they witness the birth of the Savior. And then the story continues, which is not in this icon. After Jesus was born, another angel appeared to Joseph to warn him not to go back home, but to flee to Egypt, because it would be dangerous to go back home, as Herod, the king, had learned about Jesus and was looking to kill him. And then finally, when the danger is over, guess what? Another angel appears to Joseph and says, "Go home now, everything is safe." Angels are a really important part of God's creation. And in the story of Jesus's birth and all of the circumstances surrounding his birth, they do exactly what they were created to do. They announce important messages from God to Mary, to Joseph, and to the shepherds. They praise and glorify God when Jesus is born, and they protect, as they warned Joseph. As I consider the angels in this story and how they fulfilled the purposes for which they were created, I wonder about us humans, why God created us, and how do we do what we were created to do: to love as he loves us. So as we prepare to celebrate the birth of Jesus, what do we learn from the example of the angels who do exactly what God created them to do? So I'd like for us to talk a little bit about, why did God create humans, and what can we do in this nativity season as we prepare for the birth of Jesus? What can we do to more fulfill the purpose for which God created us?
I know our faith teaches that on our baptism, we were giving a guardian angel. But I can tell you, I never gave much thought to angels at all until my first assignment as a pastor was at Archangel Michael Church in Campbell, Ohio. And I had a wonderful experience there. And the people were so connected to angels and really understood their role and their place in life and in faith. And it was such an education for me that helped me to appreciate the role that angels play in our faith.
So perhaps a way that we can prepare for Christ's birth is to pay more attention to our guardian angel and to pray to our guardian angel. And we have some prayers in the church that are specifically to our guardian angel.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I do remember my guardian angel, I just say, "I'm so sorry," because I know I ignore you. I know I don't pay attention to you enough. I know I take you for granted. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for guiding me. I know, sometimes you get those inklings that there's something supernatural kind of in your path. Maybe it's not, big, huge, miraculous moments, but the near misses on the road when you're driving, that could potentially be very dangerous. It can only be attributed to the angels being sent by God to help us in my heart and my understanding. But most of the time, as Father said, I don't really think about that my guardian angel's with me all the time, every moment. And it's both kind of fearful and beautiful to consider that fact.
Yeah, Melanie, I was going to say, I think for me, moving towards nativity, I think I just need to think about my angel at all, just because I focus so much on, when I'm praying to different saints or to Christ or to Panagia, I never does it cross my mind to think about or pray to my angel, even though we have a guardian angel icon of, 2 angels. That's really beautiful, but I just don't think about him at all.
So, Presidenta, you highlighted the different roles that angels have. One is that they're messengers for God, and the other is that they minister to others. And I wonder, for parents that are listening during this Advent season, perhaps we can take on the role of being a messenger and delivering the message of the gospel to our children. That really has to fall on our shoulders first. I think sometimes we depend on the church and we outsource that too much for the church to do. But maybe as parents, we can take on that role of angels and deliver the message of the gospel to our children, especially during this Advent season.
And be more deliberate and intentional about it on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
And using icons to do so. So we showed the icon of the Nativity, and what a great way to tell the story to children, of Jesus's birth and the people that were involved, and nativity scenes as well. Children love little models. So to be able to express the story to our children with those gifts.
It's amazing too when you use an icon with children in general, but I think especially younger children, it might be surprising too what they pick up that you haven't noticed, or something that they ask and you've never thought about that too. Just an interesting way to start discussion as a family.
And even with the icon of the Nativity, just showing it to our children and asking the question, what does this icon teach you about God's love for you? And see where that takes the family.
Right. And as they grow, they probably will gain more insight into that. So the older kids in the family can, every year or every season, we revisit these feastal icons. And so there's always something new God reveals as we mature.
Thank you, President Kerry, for introducing this topic on angels. We look forward to being together next week and look at yet another aspect of this beautifully descriptive icon of the Nativity.